Today's book is a must read. How to Win Friends and Influence People will be the lowest amount of investment that you have to do with the highest return. And this book is tremendous just because it's the little things that you do on a daily basis that set you apart from others. And if you can't communicate properly, if you can't get your point across in a way that doesn't anger the other person, you're never going to be able to get what you want out of life. And in the first few chapters, I can't remember exactly where, the author literally says, it's not the smartest people who really win at life. It's the people that deal with people the best. Andrew Carnegie wasn't the smartest person in the room, but he could manage people the best. He could get what he wanted out of others the best. I mean, he was a robber baron, so it's not the best example, but at the same time, you get my point. And this is a book that's really valuable, and I really just want to talk through a few of the points today because I'm sure you've heard of this book. I'm sure you've heard of what this book is about. It's really just about being able to communicate with people in a way that doesn't upset them and in a way that you can be righteous and honest with your intentions. That simple. And it goes over a few techniques. There's the basic one that's the sweetest word to an individual is their name. So if you call somebody by their name, they are going to inherently like you more just because that's the word they hear the most. That's the word that, gives them the most joy in life. And if you can start using people's names in conversations, it really builds that rapport, and it really helps you just have that deeper connection with somebody. But probably my favorite part of the book is you should never criticize people. You should never argue with people. You should never, just end a relationship because you're emotional, because you're angry. And it's illustrated in the one story he includes in the book. Dale Carnegie does a really good job of piecing together people from history that have accomplished great things. And one of the examples he uses is Abraham Lincoln. So Abraham Lincoln was obviously the president during the Civil War, and there was a certain battle where one of the generals, if he had chased Robert E. Lee over the river and continued to push, the war would have been over. But because of this monumental mistake, the war had to go on for a few more months, a few more years, whatever it was. But Abraham Lincoln sat down. He wrote a letter just scalding this general, telling this general how bad of a leader he was, how incompetent he was, this, and this, saying all of these bad things. And what did he do with that letter? Instead of sending it, he just put it in the drawer, and it was only found years upon years later, way past the point where it would have any weight. And the reason he did this was because Abraham Lincoln knew if that letter got out, if that letter was seen by the public, that general would have had to have resigned. And now you're fighting a war without your lead general. He made an honest mistake. He did what he thought was best. Was it the right decision? No. But that doesn't mean that you're going to go out and burn that bridge. That doesn't mean you're going to go out there and disrespect that person because you don't know what was going through their head at that moment in time. And this turned out to be the right decision because eventually the North won. Eventually Abraham Lincoln came out victorious. And if he had sent that letter, who knows what would have happened. And it's crazy to see how history can be affected by such a little decision, but it really goes to show that the way you deal with people is so important. And for myself especially, this book was very valuable because I'm the type of person that's a ball buster. I'm the type of person that will, give you a hard time, make fun of you, do this, do that, just try to instigate some stupid prank or just be goofy. And it's really hurt me because there's certain people that don't enjoy that. There's certain people that's not something that they want to be part of. And I was always well, I'd rather people just, hate me for who I am than love me for who I'm not. Yeah, to a certain extent that's good, but to another extent, these are people that you're interacting with on a daily basis, and if they don't like you, they're going to get in your way. So this book is really good at getting what you want out of somebody and them also getting a fair deal, them getting a fair shake. You're not just going to brutalize them in whatever conversation or whatever argument, whatever dispute you have. You're going to come to some sort of understanding, and it's really good about getting over minor conflicts that could turn into a greater problem. So if you haven't read this book, I really suggest you picking this one up because it's a fun read, it's a quick read, and it has tremendous value, especially for nowadays. You have to think that most of us are on our phones all day. Most of us are scrolling on TikTok or social media, and we lack that human connection. We lack that social skills. We weren't really taught these things as a kid. We've retracted into our devices, and It's never been more important to have these social skills. It's never been more important to have these intangibles because so few people have them. And if you have these to a great degree, you're setting yourself so far apart from others. So that said, I'll leave a link in the description of this video. Thank you for making it this far. I really appreciate it. And yeah, please pick up this book if you haven't. It's something that can transform your life. And if you really, really study this, it will transform the person who you are today. Thanks so much. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And yeah, catch you in the next one. Thanks.